Hey, family, welcome back to Under One Roof, the podcast where we bring big convos home. If you've ever felt boxed in by labels or unsure how to say what feels right, this one's for you. We're talking about pronouns, identity, and the power of naming yourself on your own terms. Pages isn't just a brilliant and award winning poet and screenwriter, they're family. We've shared stages, space, and late texts about pronouns and plot twists. Please welcome my creative cousin, Pages Matam. What's up?
How you
What's good,
doing?
friend?
I'm real good. So happy
Welcome.
to be here.
I'm so happy you're here too. Welcome to the crib. This is your
Thank
first
you.
time.
It's my first time. It's
You-
my first time.
You've only seen the crib via Zoom.
Via Zoom.
So I'm just happy to finally have you in the flesh on the
Yes.
couch.
Yes.
And you just being able to just be here and
We're
we
here.
can share this magic that we
I'm
have.
excited. I'm excited. Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh.
This is awesome. It feels great in here.
Good. Okay.
You got great vibes.
You feel
Feng
it?
shui. You got a good looking plant. Listen, because I am not a plant zaddy. People be trying to make me a plant zaddy. I got one plant in my house, and shout out to Planty. We've been working it through.
You know what we all got to start somewhere because these are pretty much brand new plants because the other ones died. So I'm not perfect either. We just got to reset. Okay, don't be afraid of a cool reset.
A cool reset.
A cool little reset.
A cool little reset.
I have not been able to dive into being a 100% plant daddy, but I just like the plants.
Yes.
And I talk to them like they my kids
It's
a little
aesthetics.
bit.
Aesthetics.
It's just aesthetics. And it's oxygen.
And it's oxygen. Look at us breathing.
I need to just be able to breathe every room that I'm in.
There you
Okay.
go. There you
So
go.
okay, so as the guest coming in on Under One Roof, I need to offer you a little wine. You want some wine? Do you want an edible?
Ooh, I'll take an edible.
Okay,
I'll
take an edible.
definitely
Okay, take an edible. Okay.
I don't drink.
Oh my
I'll
gosh,
take an edible.
Pages, I don't think I actually knew that 100% that you don't drink.
Yeah. No, I've been sober now since 2011, January 2011.
Oh my gosh, come on,
so it's
sober?
been almost
Give it to
15
him, y'all.
years. Yeah,
That's
almost
beautiful.
15 years.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I've been sober.
So
Yeah.
and I also have a charger too. When you come to the house, you can
Okay.
just charge up
Oh,
whenever
come
you
on
need
now.
it too.
Come on,
So
prepare. Come
let
on,
me know whenever that phone needs a
5-star,
little.
baby. 5-star. 5-star, yo. Come on now. Come on now.
We doing
Ready.
better than Airbnb
Hello?
right now. Okay, so I'm gonna take this with you. I actually
Yes.
got these wilds are like my favorite.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
They're like
Pretty good.
top.
And you got the apple, John. I love the apple.
That
I love
apple.
any apple flavored candy is like my thing.
Ugh.
Any apple flavored candy is my thing.
Okay, so are we doing? So a full one is 10. A half is 5.
Yeah,
So you just gonna do? You gonna do?
We ain't
Okay.
scurry out here.
So
What
I
what
do
you
have
talking
another episode to shoot after
Oh,
this.
okay.
So I may just need to just be on my shit. But let's give this to you, my good
about?
friend.
Yes.
Here you
Thank
go.
John.
Ooh, and
Thank-
y'all check out the Manny.
hello.
Show them.
Hello.
Show them. Show them the Manny. I'm gonna show y'all one hand on mine
Not one
because
hand.
the other one is giving a little struggle.
Little struggle. Just a little struggle.
It's a 4 week going on 5. Okay.
There you go.
Okay,
you
so you
go.
took yours. I'm taking mine.
I took mine already. Cheers. It was ready.
Shout out to Wilds. I love y'all. Y'all have
It
some
tastes so
really good flavors.
And that's the thing that be getting you because it
Right.
tastes like I have a sweet tooth. I have a
Ooh,
big sweet tooth.
same
so
frame.
Like,
Same.
I love to eat candy. Like that's my thing and whoop de woo. So and it's a comfort thing for me too.
For
So
sure.
like any candy flavored thing. Once I started like really getting into edibles, I had to like really chill because I'd be like
It'll
popping
pop
them,
in.
like,
I got you.
oh, it's candy, and I have to be like,
Right.
wait,
Right.
It ain't just sugar, in
Right.
there.
Right. It ain't just right.
It ain't just sugar.
And even that is like, you know what, because I have a sweet tooth too,
Yeah.
and we don't want to have the cavities. We don't want to have all that.
Well, now hold on.
Okay. Hold on. Teach us
hold
something now.
Hold on, because cavities is really about not brushing your teeth.
Is it not,
It's
from
about,
getting?
It's not about the sugar.
Really?
No, it's about not brushing your teeth. So you just got to make sure you brush, ideally at least twice a day, in the morning and in the evening, right? But ideally, of course, what they really recommend, brush after every meal, so on and so forth. But that's really where cavities come from. It's not because sugar just magically erodes your teeth. It's because you're not brushing your teeth, and you're not brushing your teeth right. You gotta get back there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure you.
When
Get to
I
that
tell
back
you,
tooth.
when I tell you that this is word to the wise, because this is one of them things that you grew up thinking,
Yeah.
like those myths,
Yeah.
like when you drive with the lights on in the car, the police is gonna
Right.
pull you
Correct.
over. Like
Correct.
it's illegal to
Correct.
drive with lights on.
Correct.
And so I'm like, put me on. Let's try
Put
to
me
break
on.
debunk those myths that people use just to scare us from not doing what we want to do.
Exactly. Yeah, I had to
Thank
ask
you
the
for that.
dentist, and the dentist was like, "Just brush
Ain't
your
got nothing to
teeth.
do with that.
Ain't got nothing
Okay.
to do with
Woo! I feel
sugar
so
doesn't
good about having my
magically
edibles
erode
now.
your teeth. But if you don't brush your teeth, the sugar and the bacteria in the sugar,
That's what's gonna come
that's
through.
what's gonna cause problems.
I got you. I
Yeah,
got you. So and I've always been an edible go-to person too, because personally, I just don't like the smell of weed.
I love to smoke.
I just, and mind you, I like the smoke, and I really don't like the smell of weed enough to have it in my house.
Okay.
So that's why I'm like, when we indoors, let's just go ahead and do the
we're
edibles.
doing the edibles.
If we outside, we can
we
talk
at
about
somebody
that.
else's house.
Oh yeah, that allows you to go ahead and puff give in the house. Then we should, and even even hot boxing for me. Like I remember I was struggling. It's the smell for me.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
And then also.
So you ain't found no weed yet that like it smell real good?
Let me tell you something. I have not.
Okay.
And the other part, it's not just the smell, but it's also just I've had the worst cough-a-thon.
Ooh,
and you know when that cough-a-thon hits.
When the cough-a-thon hits.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
When the
cough-a-thon hits, it is giving screaming for a doctor.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it takes everything from your throat to your gut. Breathe. I can't breathe. Yeah, and then it hurts. Sure. It's like I don't want to have to go through that.
Crying.
And that was my first time I did that in college. I never had a chance to do it.
See, so you traumatized.
Yeah,
That's the
I'm traumatized.
That's the PTSD talking.
I'm super traumatized.
I'm so sorry. Well, me, clearly, I'm a masochist. So I put myself. I laugh in the face of danger.
Okay, Lion King, Simba. I love this, and the war, and this is us getting to know you, Pages, because you don't really be doing this a lot.
Nah.
And so for the folks that are just like,
this is like my first interview and or not even interview, because I don't even treat this as an interview. This feels more like a conversation. Yeah, it's just the homies chopping it up.
That's how. That's exactly what this is about.
I don't do this often. I don't do this often. But it's good to do it with people that you love, that you care about, that you know you feel safe with. You know what I'm saying? That it's gonna be a good kiki. That's it.
And while we kikiing, for those of us that haven't had the opportunity to get to know you, just kind of tell us like a little bit about yourself, like where you're from.
Oh man,
what you do, just like in a nice little brief.
Wow, a little brief thing. So so I'm originally from Cameroon, Central Africa, born and raised, and then I blossomed in the DMV. That's DC, Maryland, Virginia. Now where you get your driver's license, and then I moved to Los Angeles to pursue my dreams in the screenwriting space. So I've always been an artist. Well, I dropped out. I like to say that I disappointed my mother twice.
Oh, see.
First by dropping out of medical school in order to become a full-time artist. And then again in deciding to no longer wanting to be a part of a lot of the general family shenanigans, because if y'all belong to any African or even immigrant family of any kind, cultural, y'all know our peoples. The shenanigans.
There's some strictness.
The shenanigans.
And there's more than that.
Be shenanigans.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I decided, I was like, cool, I'm going to drop out of med school. And then she's like, okay, cool. So like, y'all dropping out. What are you going to do now? And now I was like, yeah.
It's already giving at the start of that sentence, no support.
Hello?
And it's already it's scary enough.
It's so scary. And all you need is like the proper support in that, right?
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, I'm going to drop out because I want to be an artist. Yeah, I'm going to do poetry. And she's like,
Pages, don't tell me she laughed like that.
That lady cackled. So you want to be in poverty.
That's the
for the rest of your life. You want to be in poverty,
and that and that type of passiveness too. It's like and she's laughing through it too.
Yeah, she's laughing through it for sure. But she's also like, I think one thing that I had to understand, or that I came to understand, was that when when you navigate the world with a lot of the unfortunate obstacles that often befall our people. And then when you are told that in order to have success, in order to have wealth, in order to be able to take care of your family and there's certain jobs, certain careers, certain things that you have to do.
Right.
And so for her, it's partly in that scared of like, where are the guarantees? You're going into a thing that doesn't really have guarantees.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're not, for a lot of them, they're not able to see past the guarantees. And that in itself is more trauma. It's more, you know what I'm saying? It's the general things of white supremacy, as we like to say, of like what it tells us that we have to be in order to be successful.
Yes.
What it tells us that the things that we have to achieve, and really the products of capitalism.
Right.
At the end of it all,
right.
It's a product of capitalism, and so you know, for a lot of our people who come from underdeveloped countries,
yes,
who come from places that are vastly under-resourced or that are constantly dealing with heavy corruption, or that are navigating these sort of like trepidations, you want to be an artist, like what? Like,
right.
What that mean?
Right.
You know, like they're not that don't compute. So you know, but I mean, I decided to befall fully into my artistry. As a writer, I'm a performer.
Yep.
And then got into some consulting as well, and a lot of artivism.
Yeah.
As we like to say, that's the hot word, artivism.
I love that you still persevered and said, I'm still doing this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because I'm also a person, I'm a go-getter, and I know what I want and I go after it. And I've always been successful in everything that I do because like I am a student of craft. I love learning, and I love being good at everything that I do.
What's up, classmate?
Like, hello.
I feel you.
I'm like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm not gonna be mediocre at it because I don't exist in mediocrity. I understand failure. I do understand failing. I understand and I value failing.
Yeah.
And
right.
How
that moves us.
Exactly.
It does.
Exactly.
It definitely moves us.
What's the quote from the John? He says, failure is just a rehearsal for success.
Yes.
Like that's always been how I've approached failing. It's like, okay, cool.
Beautiful.
What did I learn from this?
Beautiful.
That I can then carry on into the next level, into the next thing to help me elevate, right? So I've learned to value failing and to be okay with failing, which took its own time, baby. A lot of therapy, a lot of failing, a lot of almost not making it, a lot of almost not coming back. But we got through it, right?
And you're here right now.
And we're here now.
You're here right now,
and
Pages.
So, but once it got there, it was like, oh, okay, yeah, like I'm good. I'm gonna do this.
Perfect.
It's gonna be popping. So here we are now, living in LA.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a
how many years now in LA?
West Coast kid now. That's what 4 years.
4 years now in LA.
Yeah.
Wow, I feel like it's longer.
Cause I'm just that nigga.
Oh my God! So it's only. So did we meet in the first year that you got here? When did we? Oh my gosh!
Man, the first year that I got here.
That's so perfect.
Yeah.
Because here I am thinking that I've gotten a chance to just come along your journey in LA after being here for some time.
Nah,
but
you've been there since the beginning.
Pages.
Since the beginning. Yeah, and I got to, I've been to LA before, and like, I had people out here before I moved.
Right.
So, what I'm saying, shout out to the DPL fam and
DPL, the Poetry Lounge, y'all. It's a beautiful, beautiful space.
Absolutely. Check it out every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
If you ain't slid through yet.
For our poets and creatives.
Free promo for the fam.
I love y'all.
But yeah, like, what I'm saying, like, so I've been to LA, so like that's what also made the move a little less scary.
Yeah.
I was like, I already got people.
You have community. Okay, good.
Already.
Good.
What I'm saying? So like I can lean on them a little bit. But no, man, I just got here.
So speaking of like community, because I know that this episode really I want to tap into a couple of things more specifically like understanding pronouns.
Okay.
And one of the beautiful things about having you on is that you're the only guest that has a pronoun that has not the same as everybody that's been on the show, which has mostly been hetero cis men. And so how do you identify?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm a genderqueer. So I'm genderqueer in terms of gender, and I also, in terms of pansexual. We can talk about that.
You might as well just lay it all out.
That's a later conversation.
That's later conversation. Okay, when the edible actually starts kicking.
When the edible starts kicking in, y'all gonna know. Y'all gonna know.
Okay.
Nah, but like, you know, like even the journey of like even my own queerness has been, you know, I am relatively late-ish in the game, in my own game, not the general world.
I understand.
I'm talking about my own game.
Right.
But it was always something that I knew.
Yes.
It was always something that I felt, and it was always something like I hate even the concept generally of like having to, you know, come out because, you know, like,
I know.
I hate that. I don't subscribe to that.
Okay.
I just always been me.
Yeah.
You know, now the ways that patriarchy and toxic masculinity and all of these things just sort of like moved, and also dealing with just traditionalism and cultural things of being like a person from the continent, and where blatant, you know, homophobia and all of the things.
Yeah, it's all there.
But even beyond that, just a general thing of like men, or at least those who are born assigned male at birth, are not taught to be vulnerable,
right,
and are not given the space to be vulnerable.
No.
Right. And this is across the spectrum. This, whether you are queer, gay, bi, straight, whatever, vulnerability is important because it's part of humanness.
Absolutely.
It don't matter like you could be the hardest dude in the block, or you could be the sassiest dude on the block.
Right.
Either which way, vulnerability is important.
It's important.
It's
for
important
sure.
because it's part of humanness. It's part of how we grow. It's how we are able to be okay with ourselves, especially in a world that doesn't find us okay.
Doesn't find us okay.
You know what
it does,
saying?
right.
Like across the board.
Right.
And so so like dealing with that and finding my vulnerability was interesting for a while. And so, but the more people I was around, my best friend growing up was queer.
Okay.
Before even having the language. My best friend growing up was queer. Then my best friend after that was also queer. I was in a lot of queer spaces. It's just like the universe, God, the ancestors. My auntie was queer.
Wow.
And, you know, found that out later. And it was like, so the universe was always putting queerness around me. Just be like, when you're ready, we're here.
It's here. And that's so different from me because I did not grow up with those surroundings. I talked about this in the episodes before this too, about like, I felt like I was, you know, introduced to it at such a late start in my life. Yeah. But I found value in that too, because I was like, I was equipped with the people in my life I need to be equipped with. Yeah. Despite if they consider themselves queer or not. Yeah. But the majority of them were not. And so I got to pick up those mannerisms in that community and that environment that I was in and take it with me and bring it to the next space, which is the queer space I'm growing more into. Yeah. Since college, and basically being able to bridge the two. Yeah. And this is what this podcast is about. Yeah. It's bridging us as a community, as specifically a Black community, right? For sure. In a way where we can understand each other so much more, for sure, outside the fact of how we identify. Well, understanding why we identify, and then building together from there. Building businesses, building friendships, and stuff like that. And
understanding that, like, you being this or being that does not make you any more or less than the next person.
Absolutely not.
Right? It doesn't make you any more or less just because you entered into your queerness later. I know people who didn't enter into their queerness until their 50s, 60s.
Yes.
Right? Doesn't make them any less queer or any more queer than you. Yeah. It just is. Everything about life is a journey. Everything about life is a spectrum. And queerness in itself, I believe, based on the research, based on the books I've read, based on the people that I've heard talks with,
right.
I feel like, or we feel like, queerness is really the baseline.
Yes.
And everything else evolves from that.
Exactly.
Right? So, like, queerness is the baseline, but, like, cool. If you straight, you straight. You like,
right.
Cool. If you bi, you bi. If you gay, you gay. If you this, if you that, whatever. But, like, queerness is a baseline, not just in a sense of we are understanding our human connection. We are understanding our place in a world where it's like everything is available to us. Yep. Right? Everything is available to us. Yep. And so, like, queerness is it's that all-encompassing space.
It really is.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so we have to nurture that. Yeah. And we have to protect that.
Right.
Right. Because when we're in times where it's under fire, when we're when we dealing with our own family members, that be a, you know what I'm saying? Yep. So we have to protect that space. We have to honor that space. We have to nurture that space. Yep. Right. To be able to understand that, hey, like, this could be for you too.
It could be for you
This
too.
is that space that could be for you too.
Yep.
You just have to honor it,
Right.
right? By honoring yourself first, right?
And I was gonna now transitioning into honoring yourself because going back to the pronouns, how do you identify pronoun wise?
Yeah, they, he, and that's been in a sense of like, I am, as a person who feels and fills the entirety of the space, right? But also he, in a sense of like, for me, it's two pronged. That in the feeling and the feeling of the space, but also in the politics of it.
Okay.
Right? Politically, this also felt proper and it felt right for me, right? And it's like, I am also a person that, because I grew up majority in masculinity,
Okay.
that I did not feel completely detached from it, but I knew that there were a lot of things about masculinity, about how masculinity was taught to me, that I no longer agreed with. Right? That I no longer resonated with.
Yes.
Because this type of masculinity felt violent. This type of masculinity felt toxic. This type of masculinity that the world wants to impose onto us. But when I was like, I am going to find what masculinity means to me, while also honoring the feminine, while also honoring then whatever is in between that.
That's
and
beautiful.
Outside of that.
Absolutely.
So moving entirely through the spectrum. Like, so this was about me taking on into the they, he.
Yes.
Was about me understanding that this is my commitment to the entirety of the space.
I love that. And I know that even myself being in the queer community had a challenge with like understanding the differences of like why they, why there, and why he, why she, like why, what is the understanding? And I'm sure there's others out there too that's like, I be getting it all mixed up. How do I know the difference? Like, is it a mistake when I say he instead of they, and how we know, you know? Just ask.
That's it. And everybody navigates through their queerness differently. Or what may be true for me may not be true for you, may not be true for the next person. Right. Which is why it is always important to just ask.
Just ask.
And
and so I want to show you something real quick.
Okay.
There is a series that you may or may not be aware of.
Okay.
It's called Preference.
Okay.
I, help co-write it.
You
may have heard a little something. You know about it, friend. I just wanted to throw that in there just in case y'all that never heard of it before. But there is a clip of a student that we wrote into the show.
Okay.
It follows a non-binary high school student who pretty much like is navigating their identity also while being bullied.
Yeah.
And this is in this particular situation was important for us to implement into the show because it does range from as young as high school and even beyond of understanding.
Well beyond that.
You know what I'm saying?
Well beyond
and so check out this clip real quick.
Shout out to my non-binary siblings. Let's go.
Why you got them tight ass pants on?
Hey, bro, you can't call him dog anymore. It's that nigga that's trying to turn into a bitch.
Really?
I don't know how your mom feel about her little she walking around the house in tight ass leggings.
I don't know, Trent. Probably the same thing your mama was thinking before she got locked up for giving birth to a fuckboy.
At least his mama knew she was giving birth to a boy.
At least I have a mama, Ronald. Weren't you adopted? So sad that your actual mother didn't want your ugly ass.
Hey, that's enough! Trent and Ronald, get the hell out of here before I tell your parole officer that you're ditching class. Go! Now, you know if I wasn't here, they would have whooped your ass. And I've seen Trent slap someone before. I got the video on my phone.
I ain't worried about them little boys. He was just playing anyways.
Just playing? Oh, so what is this, 2 truths and an ass whooping? Tracy, you know what they were doing was wrong. How long has this been going on? I can't fully help you unless you say something.
Don't worry about me, O'Shea. I'll be fine. I can handle myself. Only have a year left of this bullshit.
You won't see the end of that year unless you deal with it now. Look, I've lived on edge from middle school all the way to college, okay? I wish I had someone like me to talk to. You're not alone, okay?
Thanks, O'Shea.
We'll cut there because I kept going because of how important it was to see that there should be someone to be able to talk to you about these scenarios and about these things.
Yeah.
And growing up, I know that isn't a space for that. There were many young students, whether if they consider themselves non-binary, a male or female, who take their lives at this age because of scenarios just like that.
Absolutely.
And so I really was intentional about putting in this and showing that the more that we show up in these students' lives as young as they are and be there for them in a way that we can help them understand themselves, the better off that they'll be with wanting to live. Yeah. And so this was particularly off of that incident with, I think his name was Nigel Shelby. It was a student who took his life, hung himself in the closet because he was bullied for just being gay. And that was what inspired me to write this character into this show. So just, you know, having understand, you know, how you show up for yourself and what you're drawn to. When did you start naming yourself?
Oof. Wow. I mean, if we want to take it back, I think my first act of like naming myself was when I chose the name Pages for myself. First of all, I believe that every person should get the opportunity to change their name for free. Okay. I feel like everybody, you should be able to get to a certain age, either probably like 10 years old.
Wait, so your birth given name was not Pages?
No.
Let's get into it.
Not at all.
Because I thought Pages was just a beautiful name that was
right?
birth giving.
Because it is. No, but it was not the name that I was given at birth. But it was the name that birthed me. Right? And I talk often about like the importance of like naming yourself, because you get to actually understand who you are. So now, if you grew up at a time, you're like, look, you know what? At this point, I like Stefan. It feels right. It feels right to me. It feels good to me. And it's the same thing that you could talk about when you feel in gender. It's like, what got is it, you? What is what it that what it truly feels to you? Right, you know what I'm saying, and how you move in that, right? For sure. And being given the space to explore that, to understand that, and to have that support that you're talking about, right? Yeah. So I think high school is when Pages came along. Okay. And I think that was the first time for me that I actually got to be like, yeah, I chose this. I chose this, and I want to honor this. And from that gave me subconsciously, my first bit of the strength that will carry on for the rest of my life. Of deeply and intrinsically understanding what it means to choose yourself for yourself. Right? And ever since then, I've tried to carry on that way. And I've always, whether it's, you know, talking to God, to the ancestors, to the universe, and asking, continue to bring people in my life that will help me honor this. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Like, you know, nowadays, like as much as, you know, material things and all of that, we'll woo the survival things and the material conditions or whatever. But the biggest thing I pray for now is alignment. Yes. That's what I pray for the most. I want to be aligned within myself. Right. And I want people around me to also be aligned. And so, so like that, and then, being in relationship with other queer folk.
And you would say that was, so you can't really even pinpoint what age, what time in your life that was.
I mean, here's the thing. I always knew I just felt different, and something felt off, or something felt like this can't be it. This feels boring. Yep. Something about this can't just be it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I know what y'all are telling me. Yep. But what I'm feeling and how I am kind of clashing against whatever this thing is that y'all keep telling me I'm supposed to do. Yep. Something don't feel right. And so my comfortability then in being different showed up in different ways. It showed up in like maybe the way I dressed from time to time. Yes. It showed up in the ways that like, I mean, I think about just some of the things that we do now that back then will be considered, you know, oh, you are not even effeminate. What's the word I'm looking for right now? For like when a man would dress up like real nice. Oh, and cross dressing. Like, no. We'll always like take care of their nails and da. There's a particular term. Why is it escaping me?
Is it not metro?
Yes, metro.
Okay, metrosexual. Right. Yes.
So like a guy's metro, like the things that back then we consider, oh, he metro or you metro,
because you would do because
you're doing these things that are literally just taking care of yourself.
Yeah, I mean, Usher was
That is
considered metrosexual
basic-
for so long.
absolutely. But also, Usher was my first crush. That was my first man crush.
Okay,
Usher was my first
okay,
man
okay.
crush. Still to this day, the only album that I've ever bought.
Which one?
I
Confessions?
Saved, yeah, Confessions. I saved my money
he
for
had
Confessions.
that. He had that top off, baby,
Yeah,
with
hello?
that video.
Hello?
Confessions. That
Hello?
man's body was
I saved
hitting.
my money for Confessions.
Okay,
It's the only
okay.
album that I bought.
Wow.
But,
Period.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like the things that were considered that, oh, you're metro, which is really adjacent, which is really an offshoot of just more homophobia. It's like we're not gonna say it.
We're not
gonna
say all the way.
But,
Pages, you
but
onto
know that
something.
know that that's what we're really hinting.
You
at.
are onto
You
something.
probably a little.
Yep. And that I feel like that's the same thing when we will refer into how trans is now being the more appropriate word to just say out loud. But before it wasn't trans, right? I feel like it was called something else before.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and it was it was a lot more
It
derogatory.
was a lot more derogatory for sure. So
but trans people have been existing. Trans people have
oh
been
my
existing
God.
since the beginning of time.
Queerness has been
people
too.
be trying to say, oh, you know, we Africa, we come from Yeah, trans people were in the continent too.
Yes.
Like we've been around.
Very
like,
much
you know what
so.
I'm saying? Like trans folks been around. Non-binary folks, this is not new. People
Right.
keep trying to say like this is a new concept.
Right.
Everybody want to be so woke now. It's
Right.
like
No.
you probably have encountered more trans and non-binary folk that you either didn't clock or you just didn't know because
didn't know.
it didn't matter.
Right.
Because it actually didn't matter.
Yes. I agree.
Or they are hiding from you because they don't feel safe around you.
Yeah. And transitioning into like hiding and being out. You are a proudly out queer individual and a creative at that. So I almost wonder like what helps you stay grounded in the spaces when you are in those creative spaces as a screenwriter, as a poet. Like what grounds you? Because it's already enough that we have to kind of like be so intentional about sharing our stories to keep them alive.
For sure.
But just being in the space like of other creatives that most likely are like us in the sense being queer or not. How do you hold that space? How do you stay grounded?
I mean, yeah, through community, man. I'm a very community oriented person.
Yes.
And so for me, like, and I've very intentionally built my tribe, and it's very effective in the ways that I've built the people around me who support me, who take care of me, and who I also support and take care of. Because at the end of the day, community is all we got. When all this stuff fades to black, when all of this goes, who next to you?
Right.
Who are the people next to you, around you, behind you, that are helping you push through? But y'all are getting through this together. And not just in the community of your sexuality. But as a creative. Because, you know, I call us creative cousins because you are just y'all spectacular poet, award-winning, slams down. It's giving more than 2 snaps. I wish I had 10. I wish I had 10 hands to snap for this man, because if you don't know and haven't heard of Pages, if you're in the poetry world, you for sure heard. But if you don't know, you gotta check him out and get into him. They know. So, and as an actor, right, we come from this space where we're relatives in our performance. There's 2 different ways of getting there, but we still understand stage, 100%. Right? And so that community of like having that other poet friend or having that other actor friend or having that other director friend or so, where we can work together and share and make sure these stories stay alive, as well as just naturally keeping them alive too, and
right?
It's in the conversations like this too, right? Because there's a lot of times like I don't want to just get into like, we can talk about the work all the time and all the ways that the work fails us or we fail the work, but it's like, it's a conversation like these just to like, yo, let's just check in. Let's just check in. Life. Let's just check in on like, how are you doing? But then how are you really doing?
Right.
How are you really doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What do you need right now in this moment?
You
know what I'm saying?
There.
And these are the things in community, man. Community has really like grounded me. And my art too. Like, I think my art has played such a, if I wasn't an art, I don't know what I would be. Same. I know there are a lot of things else that I thought I was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be a pediatrician. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are a lot of pathways, but like art was always calling to me. Every time I was even in the corporate gigs, I was like, this feels suffocating. If I stay one more day in here, I'm going to it's gonna be bad.
And same with me. Like anything that I was doing just to make bread, I always had to implement some type of creativity into it because it kept me drawn to it, and it kept me completely enthralled in it because
1000%.
I was connecting something I love into something that I was just doing.
Exactly.
Two different things.
Exactly.
And so yeah, I'm really happy that you said that. And we have some projects that we're actually working on. Y'all don't even know. I'm so happy to just call him my creative cousin, and they have really stepped up in ways that's mentored me, just screenwriting wise and stuff like that. So we have some really fun things coming together. Thank you for always showing up. And thank you for just being there, sending me, even through this fire stuff that I'm going through, you just been sending me grants as an artist so that I can make sure that I have money to stay on my feet through my unemployment. Like this is you're literally speaking exactly what you have just stated about community, because I've been following suit in that. So just thank you for you.
Thank you.
So real quick, as we come to a little closing, I want to basically tell you you're officially the first guest to play this game.
Okay.
Diamonds Unlimited. Okay. It is called Play Pause.
Okay. Play pause.
Play
Okay. Hold
pause.
on. Hold on.
And I may
the
have
edible
mentioned-
kicking in. Hold on.
Perfect.
Let me twinkle my toes.
Perfect, because we need the energy for this game, okay? Because
okay.
I really wanted to emphasize and play on the pause thing, because when niggas be talking about pause, what does that mean? Like what you mean? Because it's not something I would pause to. So let's go ahead and make this a fun way to show you what pause really means, since y'all want to use it. Since y'all want to use it. But I think it'll be a really good way to play it. So basically, we'll both pull some scenarios out of this box.
Okay.
And then both of us will have to answer with one of these paddles. You guys see these paddles? Shout out to my bestie Destiny for helping me create these under one roof. You have your play side.
You have the play side.
And you have your pause side.
Your pause side.
Okay, so you got yours, right?
Play side.
All right.
Pause side.
So there are scenarios we'll both pick, and then we just have to either say play or pause. And if it happens to bring up a conversation, let's just roll with it. But if not, then not. So be my guest.
Oh my goodness.
You pull the first one.
Let me. Okay. What's this? Okay. Do I read it now?
Yeah. Read it now, right?
This one says, getting matching tattoos after one weekend together.
I'm gonna have to pause that.
Yeah,
I just there's
I would definitely have to pause that.
I am not, and there is talks in the gay community that we move too damn fast, right?
I mean, we
and
do.
Some of us do.
We do. It's, I just met you, and now,
you in my house living in my bed.
We've been together for 7 years, even though I just met you yesterday.
It's the move in for me so fast.
But I was talking to my bestie about that very phenomenon.
Okay.
About one of my theories.
Okay.
My theory is that because we have been, people of the LGBTQIA+ plus communities have been persecuted for so long.
This is true.
Have been disenfranchised for so long.
This is true.
Have been denied their way of being in love and showing love and being visible and being out and being proud and all of these things for so long.
Sweet Pages.
That my theory is that we jump so quickly into these relationships, into these spaces, because we don't know when we'll have the opportunity to do so.
Listen.
So I'd rather capture love, in whatever facet it shows up as,
and when it comes to
now.
Yep. Then
because tomorrow might not be here.
That's true.
So that's my theory.
I feel
around why we tend to
go so fast, and then to speak from,
and also some people, y'all need therapy.
They just need therapy. And so for me, I being as another perspective, because we come in colors. Everybody, we cannot be just grouping us up as we're all the same.
For sure.
Because for me, as a queer individual, I did not have to grow up with those circumstances, and I think that is the only reason why I don't jump and think so quickly in that scenario, right?
Correct.
because I did grow up in a family that sheltered me, despite the fact that I had these feelings. And so I think that's where the difference does come in. It's just environmental. It's how you were raised and stuff.
100%.
So if that was the case, then yes, I
100%.
mean, feel that, go for
Yeah.
it. But also, let's be open to the diversity of how we all were raised in different ways when it comes to,
1000%.
queerness and stuff. So,
1000%.
okay.
Yeah, but this, After one weekend, though,
The tattoo
a
permanently?
tattoo, permanently.
Unless people gonna put God in it. I mean, I don't know.
I don't
like,
even put your
what's
name
the
in my
tattoo?
I don't even put your name in my phone after the
yet.
first
It
night.
stays at a number.
You still a number for a couple of months. For a couple of months, I still got to scroll back through our text history to be like, "What's your name again?" Like, we not a tattoo after one weekend,
Right. That's a little fast. That's a little fast.
That's a little much.
Okay, I'll take the next one.
Okay.
You start vibing with your homegirl.
Okay.
And now you're overthinking every text. So the homegirl.
Right. Define homegirl.
Define homegirl. Because both of us on this couch have had conversations about having dealings with girls.
Yeah, for sure.
And as shocking as that may have been seen because we're both queer, that does not mean that we have not had experience with women. And so if the homegirl at this point in my life is getting the vibe that I'm liking her more in the way that I'm not liking her, I would have to just say that I'm going to pause it.
Yeah.
But if she fine and I'm feeling that energy, I will play it.
Then you play it. You're right. And so I am Demi pan. So I'm Demi pansexual. So I am.
That's the first time I've heard that, by the way.
I am attracted to everyone that comes, because it's like the pipeline is like you start off
Well, 'cause
straight,
right.
You start off straight, then you get to bi,
Yeah.
then you have your gay moment,
Yeah.
and then you're like, okay, but back to bi, and then it's okay. I think I like everyone,
Yeah.
because I also like, I've dated folks who are also trans, and all of the things, and so it was just like, oh, you're attracted to everyone, but the the Demi part, that's the pan part, the pansexual part.
Right.
The Demi part isn't like, I have to now in this current era of Pages and understanding more of my sexuality and exploring more of who I am.
Got you.
I need to know you and understand you on an emotional level.
Yeah.
Before the attraction truly blossoms.
Right.
So if it's like, yeah, we can't.
can't.
If we don't got the vibes, if the energy's not right,
Yep.
we not.
You can't do it. So you mentioned pan. So for those of us that don't know what pansexual is, pansexual is basically when you like
Attracted
both.
to everybody.
Yep.
To
You like
everyone.
anything. It could be
Everyone.
non-binary, male, female, all that.
all that.
Yep.
Everybody.
And the Demi part is
That's the emotional part.
Got
That's
it.
the emotional
Got it.
understanding of the person.
Yep.
That adds to it. That really, really blossoms the attraction.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's grab one more each.
Okay.
And then we can go.
Boom. Hey, boom.
And for those of you who want to know about me, I identified as a gay man, but I also feel like I like girls when I want to.
Ooh.
Okay.
Come on now. Because labels for what?
Labels for what?
Because
if
labels
I
for
feel
what?
it, I feel it.
If I feel it, I feel it.
Yeah.
That's what matters. If
I
I feel
will-
it, I feel it. You consenting? I'm consenting.
And
we
that's
good?
it.
We good.
That's it.
And that's it.
I will say my first ever experience with a girl though was so embarrassing because it was definitely giving that
Babe,
that
it's
traditional.
always embarrassing.
Yeah,
You're
it
not.
just
You and not. Sorry, I don't want
Hello?
no copywriting.
you gonna start spitting and singing. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so a foreign. It says foreign.
Okay.
A foreign man walks by, and you turn all the way around to look. I mean, that's playtime right there.
I have not. There's no words. We can move on.
We can move on.
It's
Why would I not turn around? Let me break some necks.
don't
let them smell good too.
and don't you dare have a nice little tush to you,
Hello?
little booty,
Don't let
a
them.
little nice little peck and smile.
I hate to see you go.
Right, there you go. Play that. Okay, I'll take this last one. You're introduced at a professional event with the wrong pronouns.
Okay, that's happened for sure.
Do you interrupt and fix it or not?
It depends on the space. It depends on the people. I've now gotten to a point where it's like people saying the pronouns that I identify with, like it's not the battle that I choose to have.
I love that.
That's not for me at this point.
Yes.
Earlier when I was starting it, and I was very like just on my I want to be seen.
Yes.
And not seen in a sense of like vanity, but seen in a sense of like I want people to see who I am.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Da, da, da.
Yep.
When I was early in that phase, it was like, yeah, say the right da da da. But like
Okay.
now it's more so like the people who are truly in my intimate circle, those are the ones that I look to like honor me fully and completely.
Got you.
Right, because there's a bit more oomph there. There's a little bit more stakes there.
Yes, for sure.
Right, but
for sure.
everybody else is like, if I don't know you, like I ain't going to trip. Now, if we're at a professional event and I sent y'all a bio and we had a conversation too,
and you
don't make an effort.
There we go.
I don't mind you flubbing up or saying
Okay.
da 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 because again, I'm not tripping. Like the he part again. As I said to it, there's a lot of things about masculinity that I no longer subscribe to.
Correct.
But there's certain things but there's still certain things that I move
For sure. For sure.
So like I'm not tripping.
Yep.
But when it feels like very intentionally, like you're truly not trying to make any effort at all.
Right.
Now that's when it's like, now you're being disrespectful. Now we got to cut this.
Yep. We're going to cut this. And I kind of treat it as like when you don't pronounce my name right. It's giving. I'm going to pause and be like, oh, it's Stefan.
Yeah.
Not Steven.
Not Steven.
Not Stefan.
Not Stefan.
Oh, I'll just do it disgracefully. Like,
Yeah.
yes, Stefan.
Yeah,
my name is
Stefan.
Stefan
Yeah,
O'Shea.
absolutely.
And there's a way you could do it without being catty or petty.
For sure.
It really is.
For sure.
Especially in the professional setting.
Especially in the
if I'm on a
professional
call with
setting.
you and you're calling me about
But
collecting
I'm
a
a
bill
Cancer,
and you
so
say
I like
Steven.
being petty.
Cancer.
I'm a Cancer.
We're both water
so I'm
signs. I
petty.
forgot.
Yes,
Scorpio.
yes, we are.
Scorpio.
Yes, we are. Yes, we
Okay.
are. Yeah. But like, in a professional setting, like, if we've had, like, if it feels like you're just not making an effort, and like, now it's just like, this is
I'm not coming back.
Yeah, we not coming back. I'm still gonna correct it too.
Yep.
I'm probably gonna insert some petty in there.
Listen.
But this is gonna be my first and last. But that's also why I also am very keen about which spaces do I go into.
Yes.
Because sometimes it's about like, do I even want to deal with that energy of knowing and feeling that disrespect, whether for myself or for others? Because it's not even about it just impacting me.
Yeah.
If there are other non-binary trans folks in that building, who definitely are all they them straight through, or zir or them, or like whatever gender identity that they have.
Right.
If you disrespecting them too, that makes me more hot.
Right.
That makes me more hot. And so
Right.
like now it's like, okay, we got to move a little differently on that.
Yeah.
Not a thing.
I totally feel you on that. And I really do know that this has just been a really healthy space for us to just really bring all this to light, Pages. So thank you so much for just your vulnerability.
Absolutely.
You are being a pioneer right now, and a space that we're going to be seeing a lot of different viewers. I feel like there are a lot of different viewers watching this, from straight to non-binary to queer, that's going to hear this and be like, okay, I'm learning something.
Yeah.
And that's the point. That's how we unite as a community. We learn from each other.
Yeah.
And then take that and practice it as much as we can.
Absolutely. Find and cultivate those safe spaces that you can explore yourself in with at all times.
Okay. Yep. So, okay. Well, you guys, that was rich. Okay, that was very rich. and listen, I really do appreciate you guys for watching. If this hit you or motivated you in any way, please subscribe to us, follow us, share this with anybody, share this with your friends, because this is about educating our community. Okay, this is Under One Roof. Please watch wherever you podcast, including YouTube, and we'll see you at the next episode. This is Stefan O'Shea, and thank you so much for joining us, Pages.
Bye.